Hello, everybody. My name is the Rooster, and every day I go live right here on Bigo and on YouTube to read to you from a beautiful book called The Book of Awakening and pull a card from. I always hold it upside down. It's so funny. The Nature of Infinite Love and Gratitude by Dr. Darren R. Weissman. And this one is by Mark Nepo. And it's a great show, you guys. I show up exactly how I am. The Rooster, he's a guy. He's a guy who feels a lot of things all the time. He's a guy who's both really sensitive and bold at the same time. You know how hard that is? You know how hard it is to feel absolutely everything and be like an ultimate risk taker? You make so many mistakes, you feel humiliated all the time. It's hard to just be yourself when you're a complicated individual. And I know that we are all complicated in our own ways, but let me just tell you, I think that I'm a particular case. Yeah, I'm feeling a certain way today. I have made a lot of mistakes within the last few days. I'm ultimately grateful for the trip that I took very spontaneously to LA to see Miss Cracker's performance because I really love her and it was really important to me to go. Felt like I must. It was a must. But man, did I make a lot of mistakes along the way. And for fuck's sakes, one of them being I didn't know that I needed to take I figured I probably would have to take a COVID test on the way back because I had to take a COVID test on the way there. But what I didn't realize was that the COVID test on the way back was going to take 3 whole hours to process, and I did not give myself enough time, and I ended up missing my flight, and the next flight wasn't until the next morning, and I did not have enough money to pay for another hotel room, so I slept on a hard-ass airport floor, last night, and that sucked ass, but that wasn't even the worst part. You wanna hear the worst part? Because this is the really shitty part. I fricking forgot my cell phone plugged in when I got on to the plane, and I realized it at the last second, and, they called, and the woman at the gate looked for it, but couldn't find it, so most likely it was swiped, you guys. Most likely my cell phone with all of my life on it. I have so many things written on there. I have so many voice recordings. Thankfully, most of my videos I think are backed up on photos, Google Photos, so that's good. But holy crap, what a major disappointment, not to mention the cost and the headache it's going to be to have to get a new phone. Um, and then, yeah. And then it cost 35 more dollars to make uh, a claim. To submit a lost and file claim, I had to pay $35. What's up, Simo Roni? I'm just talking about my crazy last few days I had traveling by myself. Hey, Carl, welcome to my live. My name is the Rooster, and usually I just read from a book. Here, this book we read together is really nice. It's a meditation type of thing, and then I pull a card from here. It's a meditation type of thing, and then I sing a song. It's a nice show. But today I'm rambling because I'm feeling a lot of things. And over and over and over again, it's humility. It's humility and tolerance. Like, I learned so much on this 2-day trip about myself, things that I already knew, but things I just need to learn again and again, I guess. Thanks for the taps, Carl. Um, yeah, and my heart is heavy today, you guys, because meeting Miss Cracker was really awesome. I'm really glad I met her, but I also wish that I wasn't intoxicated when I met her. I do believe everything goes as it's meant to, so it went as it was meant to, but I just want to be better next time. And yeah, heavy heart today. Feeling I'm practicing that thing that we got to practice. Oh, thanks very much, sir. Thanks very much, Carl. I definitely like to speak and I like to sing, so I appreciate that. Um, yeah. my God. I am feeling heaviness, but I'm also like, I'm practicing. Thanks for the taps, Carl. Like being buoyant with this heaviness, like this whole time, every single fucking pitfall I fell into, because there was lots. I'm only mentioning the little ones. I mean, I'm only mentioning the big ones. There was a lot of little ones. I was like, okay, okay, here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Just taking these punches to the face again and again and just being like, okay, okay, goddess, okay. I'll just keep going. Fuck sakes, man. Positivity is hard when you just keep getting slammed. Yeah. But I was getting blessings along the way as well. It was like every punch in the face a was like an offering of some kind. One thing that was really nice was my flight was I missed my flight because of the COVID test, but this guy who was the only guy at the gate, he was so nice. He actually like found this loophole and even like lied to like this like more authoritative person on the phone that somebody else was there and was dealing with it. He's like, yeah. The manager's here now. She's taking care of the customer. He like did this thing on the computer that he wasn't allowed to do and ended up getting me on the next flight without me having to pay any money. He just like did this for me because he was like, yeah, you shouldn't have to pay for that. That's okay. It would have probably been like $100 or $200, which I am so lucky that I was able to afford this whole trip because money, like expense after expense after expense just kept happening. And I'm grateful I'm home. I'm grateful I'm home. I'm grateful like that I'm not still stuck at the airport or something. I'm grateful that I still have my passport, that I didn't lose that. That's huge. I'm grateful I still have this phone, even though my other phone is gone. At least I have this one. I'm glad that I still have my laptop, and I'm glad that I went. It was a fun time. You know, it was a little bit intense and overwhelming, and I wish that I did certain things differently, but I am glad that I went, and I'm very grateful. Another little blessing was the flicker, the bird, the flicker has been very special to me of late. It seems to be like telling me that I'm on the right path, in particular involving a certain person in my life, and that I keep kind of getting told that like keep going, just keep going. Yes, it's telling me yes, 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 babe, yes. And I put this feather in my hat before I left. This was a feather. This was it's a flicker feather that I found a while back, and it was on my dresser. And I decided that I was going to put it in my hat as like a symbol of good luck for my trip. And then I drove to the airport a couple days ago on the 1st. And not long into the trip, maybe like, I don't know, actually, it might have been by the time I got to LA, I saw that the feather was gone. And I was like, oh, okay, my flicker feather's gone. Damn. And I was like, I couldn't help feeling like that was some sort of symbol, you know? Um, Prostitute lesbian. Yeah, thanks for that confirmation. That's actually called a drag king, Rajan. I'm called a drag king. So in case you were actually curious about what you can call me. Anyways, I'm telling this story. Okay. So I lost my feather. My feather was gone. And I was a little bit like heavy hearted about that. Right at the beginning of my trip, I was like, okay, so I don't want to take that too hard. I don't want to put too much meaning on that, but I'm noting it. It's noted. The feather is gone for now. That's what it was. I was like, okay, maybe it was maybe it was like to bless the world. Just let it go. Just let go, and whatever happens happens. That's what I choose to interpret it as. Uh and then this trip was just such a freaking rigmarole, man. Like I was so messy the whole way, and like things just kept happening to me. Not not all fun, but I like tried to have fun for the most of it. And of course, the biggest highlight being meeting the woman of my dreams. Um, that was a highlight. That was the highlight. And seeing her on stage, holy moly, amazing. It was so good. But yeah, what a trip. And I'm home. So I guess that's it for the story. Oh, no, I found the feather. That was the point. The point was that after all of this crazy thing, I get back, my phone is gone. I had to pay $110 for parking my car for the 2 nights that I shouldn't have had been gone for 2 nights anyways. I get back to my car, and what is on the floor? What is on the ground right by my door to my car, Ramona, is this feather. It's a feather. The feather's like, "Hey, buddy, it's okay. You're doing okay. You're still on track. You're still on track. Keep positive. Keep your head up. My hands underwater, but I'm breathing fine." Thanks, Carl. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. So, the Book of Awakening says for September, October, because there's an insight for every single day of the year. And October 3rd says, so unused to emotion. So unused to emotion. That's what it says. Let's see. I'm not. Are you so unused to emotion? I'm pretty used to emotion. Let's see what is Mark saying. We are so unused to emotion that we mistake any depth of feeling for sadness, any sense of the unknown for fear, and any sense of peace for boredom. Goddess, okay, he's so right. This is exactly the message I needed to hear right now, for frick's sakes. Because, yes, the day before yesterday, because yesterday was a complete write off. I was like at the airport and roaming around the streets trying to find something to eat. The day before, when I first got to LA, I went out and about to go to a thrift store, and which ended up being closed. And I was like, I don't really know what to do with myself. I guess I'll get some beer. And there was a little bit of intuition there was definitely a nagging feeling, being like, really, you don't need to drink. Like, just enjoy your time. Why do you need to drink to enjoy your time? And it was like, that's what I'm getting out of this, is I was mistaking peace for boredom, that I needed something to elevate me somehow, or change what was happening somehow. But I was at peace. I was like, this is great. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just wandering. This is cool. And I swear to goodness that choice, even though the intuition was telling me, "Hey, baby, you don't need any drinks right now," and I chose to get them anyways, I feel like that just put me into a crooked line. That it was like, after that, it was like a crack. It was like a crack in the seams, that more negativity could flow in and start trying to set me off course. Things started like hitting me from all sides, I feel like, after I chose not to listen to my intuition. And any sense of the unknown for fear, truth. Hey, what's up, Sly? Fire, 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 question mark. Welcome to my nest. My name is the Rooster. We're reading from the Book of Awakening, and I'm also jabbering a whole lot. Any sense of the unknown for fear? Yes, because if we don't know for sure, we're scared. If we can't be absolutely 100% certain about something, how many times is there so much fear involved, especially if it's a big deal? If it's a big deal and you're not 100%, you can't be 100% because nothing is 100%. You're scared, of course. Any sense of the unknown for fear, and any depth of feeling for sadness. Yes, that was that's my general sort of, I'm so deep all the time. Yeah, hard to distinguish. It is. Depth of feeling, you just don't know, like, what is down there? Why is it so deep? And I feel like I'm really good at it now, because I've always been a deep feeler, and I was a very sad child. Anybody who knows me, like, I could be so happy and so bubbly and silly and goofy, and then, like, if I had a bad day or, like, I was feeling like nobody actually saw me because that happened a lot too, I would just be very, very quiet and very sad a lot of the time, because I would just feel everything so deeply. And now, yeah, if I go deep, I don't always just interpret it as sadness, but oftentimes I will, again, still be like, "I'm sad." "Wow, I'm just a baby!" That's another thing I learned on this trip is, like, I'm trying so hard to prove that I'm not a baby that I keep fucking up. I keep trying to prove, like, that I'm not this baby boy, um, and trying to grow up. I'm trying to grow up, but then, like, I keep being immature. So, when your own self is, like, really annoying and you have to be you? Ugh. Okay. So, anyways, that was the beginning of this. We are so unused to emotion that we mistake any depth of feeling for sadness, any sense of the unknown for fear, and any sense of peace for boredom. So it says, we are so schooled away from the life below that anything beneath the surface scares us. But the need to look beneath the surface doesn't go away. In part, this accounts for the barrage of violence we see in films, as the introspective need to look within, once denied, comes out anyway in big stories of people being ripped open in chases that end with the opening of bodies against their will. Wow, that's grim, Mark Nepo. It's violent. It's so true though. What he's talking about is like the shadow, right? It's like the parts of us that we don't want to look at, and that's why people like horror movies and why people like, I don't know, that type of thing. Stories like that. Denying the need to look within only empowers it in another direction, and we find ourselves paying to sit in the dark, unable to look and unable to turn away, as people like ourselves are physically and psychologically forced open. Yeah, we want to watch other people get ripped open and suffer, so that we don't have to, to do it ourselves. We're like, okay, that's satisfying. It's satisfying to watch somebody else die because I feel like I'm dying on the inside and I don't want to look at that feeling. Hey Zizo King. Hey Yellow Bandit. What's up, you guys? Welcome to my live. We're reading from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. We each do this in a more personal way, too. In my 30s, I was unwilling to look deep within at the source of my low self-esteem, but found myself digging in the garden with an unexpected urgency, eager to uncover some root I couldn't name. That's hilarious. I have also found myself over the years picking at myself, at cuticles and blemishes. Yeah, I do that. Picking at little wounds until they bleed, and I have slowly realized that this is my soul's need to look beneath the surface, diverted by my refusal to do so. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Is like when you are just so stubborn against your own intuition, against your own soul. Your soul's trying to tell you directions to go and it's trying to let you know how you need to change, and you're just like, "No! Don't tell me what to do, me." Frick. My own struggle to open my heart has been a long one. I have been married twice, have survived cancer and a cold mother, have tried to hold on to friends like food for 25 years, and all that has fallen away. I use solitude now like a lamp to illumine corners I've never seen. That is that's true for me too. I use solitude now like a lamp to illumine corners I've never seen. And though I am scared at times that after all this way I will come up empty, I still believe that going inside and bringing whatever I find out makes all the difference. When we bring up what we keep inside, it is sacred and scary. And the rest of us don't know if we want to touch or not. Like reaching from a ladder into a nest of baby birds. It's too soft and sacrilegious. It seems a place where human hands do not belong. But I invite you anyways. Go on. let others reach in honestly so we can say, this is who I am when no one is looking. True, guys. It's true. I'm pretty much exactly like this when I'm all alone. I talk to myself. I just like everything is honest as much as I can be at all times. And sometimes it's really messy. Yeah. Sometimes it's really messy. And sometimes I'm really quiet because that's like the best I can do with what I've got going on. And then sometimes I talk too much. For each of us is a fledgling that eventually, if fed, will fly. Thanks, Nepo. Frick, I needed that today. He always is talking to me. That's why I like my show. That's why I like doing my show, because it helps me, you guys. It really does. And I probably wouldn't do it. I probably would not. I 100% would not be committed to reading from this book every single day if I wasn't doing the Rooster's Nest. So thanks, internet. Thanks, Rooster. Thanks, viewers. Y'all are making this possible. I appreciate it. All right, so sit quietly before a mirror with your eyes closed. This is the meditation. I love looking at myself in the mirror. Sit quietly before a mirror with your eyes closed and meditate on an insecure part of yourself. Fuck. Breathe deeply and try to lift the source of this insecurity into your awareness. The source. Yeah, I mean, I know the source. My true self was severely neglected as a child. I wasn't allowed to be who I was. I was like freaking stomped down anytime I showed myself. And I'm an incredibly sensitive person. So, you know, seriously, being myself is like the scariest thing. And yet it's the only thing I can do, because how many times have I just wanted to die? If you're completely trapped inside of yourself, you're like, why am I alive? I don't feel like I should be alive. I'm not saying that now. I'm saying like that's what it feels like. When you start being yourself, then you start feeling more like, okay, all right, living's not so bad. So yes, the source of my insecurity is that like I'm not allowed to be. That's the insecurity. I'm not allowed to just be who I am because I affect people, I hurt people, I bug people, I shame I shame myself. I look like a fool. Yeah, all of that's the source. I hurt myself and I hurt other people. That's the insecurity. That's the source. Breathe deeply and try to lift the source of this insecurity into your awareness. It helped talking about it. Now open your eyes and look into the mirror. Examine your face gently. See both your insecurity and your awareness holding it. Accept who you are. Okay. Okay, fine. I will. I'm doing it. I'm trying. We're working on it here. Okay. That was the Mark Nepo insight for today. And now it is time for... Hi, DB. Thanks for the chat, for the taps. The nature of infinite love and gratitude. I would say this is my favorite part, but I feel like every part is my favorite part of this show. So what's it going to be today, guys? What do we got today? We're going to see. Hello, boy. What do we got today? Yeah, what do we got today? Ooh, what do we got today? Yeah, what do we got today? Sorry, my webcam is like getting weirdly blurry. I also stream on YouTube, and that's the one that actually gets saved. So it's kind of important. Other people can look up my show later on and check out what I was saying for that day. And then I have like a catalog. What would the word be? An archive of my 2021 year. How cool is that? 2021, 2022, because I started this in June 2021. What's it gonna be today? Yeah, what do we got today? Ooh, what's it gonna be today? What you got for us today? It says centered. Ooh, centered. I like how it ends in turd. Just keep saying turd. It's a grasshopper on a flower. Centered. Yeah. When I stay in the moment and focus on what is at hand, I not only feel more fulfilled. Aw, thanks, Sarah. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you saying that, because that's what the psychic told me I'm supposed to be. And forever I was like, no, I can't. What is art? I'm just being myself. But I really thank you. Yes, you're right. This means I love you. This means rock on. Rock on, and I love you. When I stay in the moment and focus on what is at hand, I not only feel more fulfilled, but I also preserve and enhance the infinite potential of my body and life for healing and wholeness. Number 9 is the number. When I stay in the moment and focus on what is at hand, I not only feel more fulfilled, thank you, but I also preserve and enhance the infinite potential of my body and life for healing and wholeness. Yeah, guys, being in the moment is really important. I think that that's another thing that I keep learning over and over again. I feel like my lessons are really harsh because I'm taking so long to get them, and I keep asking the questions. I keep asking for answers, and then I'm not freaking listening to the answers. So that's why the lessons just keep getting harder, and why I keep having to learn the same goddamn lessons. Like, how many times have I had my phone lost or stolen? How many times has that happened? A lot, more than I'd like to say. And yeah, I think that a huge part of it is not being in the moment, always worrying about the next thing, thinking that I need something more to make me feel better, or make me have more fun or something. Like at the bar the other night, why did I have so many drinks? Why couldn't I just be comfortable as I was? I had to get too drunk. And when I met her, I was like, I could barely talk. I wasn't trashed, but I wasn't sober. And I kind of wish that I had been. So being in the moment is so important, again and again and again and again and again. When I focus on being in the moment, what was it said? Stay in the moment and focus on what is at hand. I not only feel more fulfilled, but I also preserve and enhance the infinite potential of my body and life for healing and wholeness. Hello, Wallflower. Hello, Robin, Kumar, and Hong. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. There's quite a few people with that last name, and I don't know how to say it. Okay, guys. So for my song today, it's going to be a little awkward because I usually use my other cell phone, which is gone. Yeah, as to play like either the karaoke version or to play the song and then I sing along. But since I don't have that phone, and I don't have any songs that I can do on the ukulele right now, because I've pretty much played all the ones that I know well. I'm gonna sing a cappella. I'm gonna sing a song with no background music at all and no instrument. Pardon me, that my choir is doing. So I have some music here. This is my music binder. It's actually a University of British Columbia binder, even though I didn't go to UBC. And I have a sticker that says "Be curious." This is my choir binder, and I'm going to sing a song that we're singing in choir, and I'm going to do it a cappella because that's what I got. That's all I got for today. I'm a little bit of a shit show right now, but look, I'm pretty. So, okay. And I really don't think I know this song very well at all. So we'll see how this goes. Oh wait, it has the chords, so maybe I can play it on the ukulele. This is going to be just a really fine example of how I'm a throw it together kind of guy, and not perfect. Just throw stuff together and it's gonna be fine. This song is called Closer to Fine too. It's by the Indigo Girls. That's good enough, I think. We'll see. What is A? I forget. Hold on. I have a... Is that A? No, I can't play this. I don't know those chords. Forget it! Forget it! We tried. We gave it a quick try. I'm just going to sing it a cappella. Called Closer to Fine is by the Indigo Girls, and I don't even have music. It's just lyrics. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing that you've ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Yeah. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable. And this is actually the part where I sing the harmony. My harmony part is, well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable. And lightness has a call that's hard to hear. I wrap my fear around me like a blanket. I sailed my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. I went to the doctor. I went to the mountains. I looked to the children. I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. That's my favorite part. Oh my God. And the less I seek my source, the closer I am to find. And that's the lower part. The less I seek my source for some definitive, the closer I am to find. Yeah. The closer I am to find. Yeah, baby. The less I seek my source for some definitive, because I'm always looking for the answers, right? That's me 100%. But sometimes this, like, thinking of yourself as a leaf in the stream, as we have done from some Nepo insights previously, do you think the leaves are questioning where the water came from? No, they're just in the stream flowing. They're not like, oh, where's this? Who is this water and where did it come from? You know, if we're not seeking our source, we're just feeling it, our source. Like if you have inspiration and you have love, if something is inspiring you and you're in love, you don't have to ask why. You can just be fine with it. And now, went to the doctor I went to the doctor of philosophy. Like I said, I don't know this song that well. With a poster of Rasputin and a beard down to his knee. He never did marry or see a B-grade movie. He graded my performance, said he could see right through me. Is that how it goes? I went to the doctor I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, leading me in a crooked line. And the less I seek my source for some definitive, the closer I am to find. Yeah. That's one of the parts. One of the parts is like that. The other part is, the closer I am to find. I think. Closer I am to find. Yeah. And I think that that's all we're going to do for today. That's all of the singing of this song that I really don't know that well yet that I'm going to do today. Yeah, because I think I've made a big enough fool of myself. Just confidently vulnerable, you guys. Confidently vulnerable. We're all freaking vulnerable, so just be it. That is one of the Rooster's philosophies. Be confidently vulnerable. You don't have to be insecure to be vulnerable. You can be confident and vulnerable. And that's something that I had to learn in my upbringing. Humility is a huge piece of my learning in this lifetime. But the thing is I was born into an environment and into a family where I was forced to be humble. I was not allowed to have any sort of sense of power. Because I got stomped out right away. So I was a very humble kid. I loathed people who were confident, honestly. I couldn't stand, I thought if you were confident, then you were arrogant. I put those two together. That I was very insecure. I would constantly put myself below other people because I thought that was my role. And it's funny because I still got humiliated all the time. That's just been a theme. And then the confidence was in the shadow. So that ego, that pride would affect me in lots of different ways. And now that I'm really trying to be my authentic self, I'm realizing just how much confidence I actually have. And it's scary. Being confident is scary because people want to take you down if you're confident. And if you're a really sensitive person and things people say to you and the ways people look at you affect you, if people's just energy affects you, that being confident is more vulnerable than being insecure. Being vulnerable, putting yourself below other people is less scary than claiming your place confidently and saying, yes, I'm me. Nice to meet you. Anyways, that's all I've got to say today. This has been a very long show. This is the longest episode I think I've ever had. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm probably going to have a nap since I slept on an airport floor last night and didn't really sleep. And I got to work in a couple hours. So again, thanks for being here. Love y'all. Take care. Remember, give Miss Cracker some love. Number one, well, that's number one, but also number one, you can never fail if you never give up. Number two, everyone is someone, right? Number three, if you ever feel down, all you have to do is look in the mirror and say, she's a woman, and Miss Cracker will be with you. Or you can say, and the rooster will be with you. Take care. Goodbye now. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. proper. Bye. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. Bye.